Yes. Enjoy your shops and your stores and your eateries and your homes and your parks and wells. Soon it will all be mine! Ooh, something shiny. What it do, dudes? It's great why making it happen today with some more portal lights. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm having the best day of my whole entire life because we got another episode with all kinds of things to look at. So many things have changed. So many things are new. You guys are gonna love it. There's a lot to look at. Let's just quit it. Quit wasting time. We gotta jump in. Don't wait. What about the? No time to waste. Get in. We gotta look at the things, guys. We've done so much. You're not even gonna believe all the things we've done. So the first things first, let's start with the stuff that's new, that's part of the old stuff that we've done, but it's different now, so you're gonna want to see how it's changed between the last time and this time, and then we'll check out the stuff that's totally new. So let's start here. Let's start here with the down here area place. This is the stuff that's kind of different. You guys will notice, you remember before, we had done the twisty thing with the light blue crystal block. It used to be the light blue crystal block, this light blue crystal block right here. We used to have that, but I decided to swap that out because I believe it was Nicky Ma's idea to do vines. Vines! We did vines! And I thought vines were a cool idea, so instead we swapped it out for the jade block. We did some raw jade stone block. I think it looks fantastic. It kind of gives that leafy look. It's not super shiny. It's got the little vein things in it and makes it look like vines. So I think I like that, and we kind of did some crazy stuff with it. So let's kind of look around inside of our big center grand hall thing area. So a lot of things are different here. So let's kind of look at it one by one. So that twisty thing, it kind of twisted around. I turned that into more traditional vines, so that these vines kind of, you see, they kind of wrap down and around this pillar here. So they got a little bit of growth going on there. It kind of did the same thing over here. You see it kind of dips down, and then it kind of wraps around this part, and then back up onto this part. So it's just kind of weaved its way in and out of this building. We added some pillars in the middle so we could get some light going on over here. And I think it's helped kind of light this place up so it's not super dark in the corners, because this part obviously is super bright. We get all kinds of light over here, too much almost. But then these parts were super dark. They're not quite as dark. They are still a little bit dark because of the lighting glitch. Guys, you'll have to forgive me with some of this buildy stuff, because this part looks a lot darker than it actually is because of the lighting glitch that's happening with portal lights. When I build things, we've used so many lighting fixtures in this whole entire build that now it has a hard time apparently like loading the lights. Like there's too many, so it'll like, the lights will be there, but they won't actually produce any light. So this wouldn't be quite as dark as it looks right now, but it still would be. I mean, it wouldn't be super bright, but it would have something at least. But yeah, we added these pillars to get a little bit more light going on. If I went through and I actually started replacing these, like if I grabbed the asteroid block right now and I came over here and I got rid of that, right click, add it back in, did the same thing here, we could keep doing that and it would add light and it would fix it. But I can't go through and replace blocks every time we load the game, you know? I can't do that. I can't be doing that. So we're just gonna have to understand that it would be a little bit different. Like over here, you can see a lot more light protruding from these blocks. You can see like the pink kind of bouncing off the white over there. And that's another new thing I did. I changed these doors so they look a little bit better. I think they look a lot better. That's my opinion at least. And we added some more vines kind of hanging down and they kind of wrap around this H that we have going on for the door. Now this build isn't necessarily done. We're not finished yet. There's still some things I want to do. I thought it would be cool. You guys already know about this guy, this cool dude holding up the glowing ball. I think this is a cool thing that we added. I would like to do something similar on this wall over here. And on the opposite one over here, maybe like a I don't know, like a lions or something like that. If we could do like a lion thing, that would be pretty sweet. You know how they're like in certain buildings there's lions with their arms up, or they're like, you know, the ones at the gate holding, you know, they're guarding the threshold. Yeah, whatever you call them. I don't know, guardians of the threshold lion things. That kind of stuff. I thought that would be super cool, but I think that the vines turned out super great. I really like them a lot. We might try and add some more, but I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overdo it with the vines, so we might let them be. We'll see. I'll kind of screw around with it as we go through the streams. Now, as far as the new stuff is concerned, oh yeah, some other things that have changed here that I will point out to you guys. We got rid of, when we did the last update, I had railings on the outside of these blocks down here, all the way across. There were railings here, and then there were also railings up here on the ceiling going along this all the way too. So I ended up getting rid of those. I didn't like those. I got rid of them. They're no longer there. We decided they didn't look super good, and we got rid of them. We just left it kind of open like that. And I think that's fine. You know, it's not a big deal. I don't have any issues with it the way it is. So I think the railings were just a little bit much. This is just a little bit busy, and I wanted to keep it interesting but not too complex. And I think we've really struck a nice balance in that regard with this build. This room's a lot more filled in now. It doesn't look so big and empty, but it is still big and open. It's just not empty. Still big and open, just not empty. You know, there's stuff filling the room, but it's not too much of a void in between things. I think it's great. I think it's a great looking build. I think we've done a fantastic job with it. So big shout out to the people in the stream, all the regular people, Mamito, Nikki Ma, Sapphire Daisies, Blue, I can't give everybody. Sorry. If I can sit here and name people all day. There's so many people, so many fantastic people in the stream. Come and join us if you guys want to be part of the build. It's every day pretty much from 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to 10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, almost every day. Now, up here, this is the new stuff. So, this is going to be our governor's mansion. This is where the governor does his governing. And this is where he lives. It's like his bachelor pad. It's this big old mansion thing. And it's on top of this central area. So, we'll call this like the Grand Hall. The Grand Hall, there's 2 exits, one over here and one over there. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have it so this exit will lead, it'll be a little staircase leading up to here. And this will be the entrance to the governor's mansion. Now, the way this is going to work is we're going to come in here and we'll just kind of take a look at it. Check out the craziness that we have going on in here. I think this is a pretty cool build. I think it's turned out really great. We've done some pretty fun things with it, and we'll kind of look at it in a little bit more detail here in a second. But first things first, this center area, this is going to be like the meeting area. There's some decoration to be done still. I think we're going to do some seating and stuff in the middle so that he can like sit around and discuss things and plans and, you know, stuff like that with the people that come and the important people in the city that make decisions about things. That's where they'll meet and they'll talk about stuff. But over in this direction, we've got this little cornered area with a big open ceiling type thing. It's just totally open. This is his bedroom. Now, I haven't decorated this yet. It's not decorated yet, and I just noticed this is an issue that we'll have to fix. In fact, we have the right blocks right now. Let's go ahead and fix. We're gonna fix, guys. Building on stream. Oh, wow. I mean, on this camera. Words. We fixed it. Oh, look at that. That was so easy. You thought it would be hard, but it wasn't. This is gonna be the bedroom. We'll probably get some carpet, a little bed, some dresser, you know, basic stuff. Nothing too fancy. It's not gonna be too crazy. And then over here, opposite that, this is gonna be where the bathroom is. It's gonna have a little bathroom action going on, and it's gonna be, oh, let's fix this wall too. It's gonna be beautiful. There's gonna be plenty of room and space for him to do stuff and things. It's gonna be great. But that's what'll be over there. For the lighting on these, this is pretty cool actually. I took the roof tile block, I bumped it down to, I used a grate, I used a dungeon grate to kind of cap this, and then I used the sunstone blocks to create the light. And the reason we did it this way is it creates kind of a spotlight effect, and I believe this was Sapphire Daisy suggested the spotlight effect, and then I just kind of created this thing with that idea. So shout out to her with their amazing idea with the spotlight. So this light's not shining over here, it's just sticking strictly to this, which is pretty cool. I think that's a nice effect. I think it turned out great. Did the same thing over here. They're pretty similar. So there's a lot of symmetry going on in this build, and I'm totally fine with that. Sometimes symmetry is nice, sometimes not, but it is what it is. Now, the next thing I want to point out, check out the ceiling. This was Sapphire Daisy's as well. She said we should do like a crazy marble thing in the center, and I think Nikki Ma is one that suggested doing the gold. And I think it was a great idea, the gold. I was originally doing celestial block, but the gold combined with the refined marble, oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. And we did these layer things, so let's take a closer look. I added light to these, and I think the light looks great. Obviously, I've replaced these already once, so they actually do shine light. But when we reload, it's not going to look quite as good because some of the lights are going to stop working. But you guys actually get a look at what it actually is going to look like once we're done. I've replaced all the lights in here at least once today. So this is actually what it's going to look like. So you guys, this is actually a fair idea of what we're looking at for the design in here. Now, I did a layer up here, and then it drops down, and then this gold and this marble, these two are on the same layer, and then it drops down one more. And it creates this really cool effect. It looks like 3 different layers. It looks like layer, 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 layer. 4 layers, I guess. But that gold, between that gold and marble, they're actually the same one. But somehow, maybe it's my eyes are crazy, but it looks like 3, like it looks like different. It looks like they're on different levels, different planes. I think it created a really cool effect. A pretty sweet, like, ceiling roof light fixture thing. And I think it turned out really great. We mirrored it on the floor. So this was a cool idea by Sapphire Daisies too. We mirrored this design on the floor, and we used gold carpet block with the marble as the floor. I think that turned out super awesome. We're gonna get some seating and stuff here, like I said, and that'll help make this look a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit boring right now, but definitely turned out super cool. Now we have these pillar things I made out of marble, I just added these, and I think they turned out great. I'm very happy with these. Those are super cool. Very, very cool. And they just add a little bit of flavor to the walls, makes them a little bit less boring. We use the white concrete for the wall, just to lighten this place up a little bit, because it's going to be a little bit dark. And we use the dark roof tile block for the ceiling, so that makes that gold really pop with the contrast of the dark on the outside. Really cool stuff, super neat. I love it. And then over here, this leads up to like our balcony area where we look out over the town. Check that out. Check out this view. This is a super cool view. Once we have the town finished up, we fill this stuff in over here. This is going to be a fantastic screenshot. This is going to be a great view of the city. And it's just going to be super awesome. And it's so awesome that you can just jump down there and explore the city too. There's so much detail in that city that you can see and explore. And then it just has a cool, like, you know, grand outside view too. It's really turning it into something awesome. Really loving it. But this balcony is very basic. Nothing fancy about it. You could fall out on accident. Ah! You could fall out. You gotta be careful. But, oh yeah, check this out. This is cool too. We spent a lot of time on this outside facade, facade. I don't know how to say it. It's a word that I learned in Twitch, but it's like the outer facing wall of a building. And it looks really cool. We did some sweet things. Basically, we just created these pillars, and then I did some design things. We did like little cross things where it like bleep, bleep, bleep. We did cross things that I made it both ways, so it's kind of like a double helix kind of thing, but not quite. Not really a double helix, really, honestly, but, you know, you kind of get the idea. That sort of is. And then we, like, filled in one layer in with the red crystal. That red crystal is just dark enough that from a distance, you're like, oh, is that red? Is it red? Is that red? It's totally red, but it's like just subtle enough. It's a subtle enough red that I think it looks really good. It just adds a little bit of flavor to that wall. Makes it really interesting. And for this design on the inside, we did a similar thing. I created an X from one corner to another, and then we just kind of like added some little accent blocks to give it a little bit more shape. And it created this really interesting like vortex, like, I don't even know how to describe what this is. It looks super cool though. I'm very happy with it. I love how it turned out. So really cool outside. The inside's looking pretty sweet too. Really coming along. The hallway, we're gonna have to make this hallway leading from down there to up here. We're gonna have to make it really grand. It's gonna have to be super, super grand. It's gotta be awesome. So we'll probably work on that sometime soon. Oh yeah, something, while we're over here, I'll show you this too. We have this temple over here that we made. This is our Catherius temple, right? And we've created, I think we looked at this last time, we created the treasure room at the end of this temple. So you come through here, you fall down to your death, ah! And then you turn around, bam, treasure room. And then it's gonna open up to a bigger treasure room. And this treasure room is gonna be massive. I have started placing the walls for this treasure room out here. They're gonna be solid gold. Though everything in this is gonna be you're gonna throw up with how much gold you're gonna be seeing. It's gonna be such an incredibly gross, disgusting amount of gold, you won't even know how to handle it. Your whole brain is just gonna go crazy. So it's all gold all the way around. The ceiling's gonna be all gold. The floor is gonna be all gold. There's gonna be piles, one big giant pile of gold. Think like Smog. Do you guys know the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit? Smog's lair? That's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna go for this big, huge, gross, and disgustingly gold pile of gold, and it's gonna be epic and unbelievable. You guys are really gonna love it. I'm pretty excited to get to that. Yeah, that's gonna take a long time though. Lots of walls to place. Oh, and the mountain too. So many walls to place on the mountain. I've put some more time into placing walls, but gosh, it takes so long. Oh, it takes so long. I'm working on it, guys. Slowly, slowly. One block at a time. We're getting this place built. But the last thing I wanted to bring to your attention, I wanted to show you guys something new here, is this thing up here. So, we have been working on the pond. This is our newest project we've kind of started. This is gonna be, it's not a pond, it's more of like a lake. It's like a lake above the city, sort of. And it's gonna be a little bit more filled out than this. This is just the very beginning. This is not even close to what it's gonna look like when it's done. We have so much to do still. But it's turning out super cool. What we're doing here, we continue this river, which we've done some work on the river too. I want to kind of show you guys. We'll kind of lead up to this and show you what's happening. This river we've been working on. We spent a lot of time on it, and it's looking really great. Like if you just do a fly through the river, ooh, just get a look at that. Would you guys get a load of it? Wow, really awesome. Really looking so awesome. Such a beautiful river. Really top notch. This is honestly one of my favorite things we've done so far. Really great from this angle especially. Going this way. I don't know what it is about going this way down this river, but it looks so good. We're gonna replace the block down here. This is gonna turn into dirt for the river. And then when we get to the lake type things, when we're doing the lakes, like for example over here, like this big area, we'll have the yellow, not yellow, gray concrete. We're gonna use the gray concrete here to kind of lighten up the lake areas, but this is all gonna be like dirt, just so it looks a little bit more muddied up, a little bit more like a river, you know? And then once we get that replaced, it's gonna add a little bit of contrast with the stone. It's gonna look a lot better, I think. It's gonna look really, really interesting. I think it's gonna look good. But this kind of river bed we have on the side, it's gonna turn into a cliff. We actually put a little bit of work into that last night. So we're slowly kind of turning this into like a cliffside thing, and that's gonna go all the way up here too. Like I'm thinking I want this level. This level, I want to be a cliff that you can walk along all the way along the river. So this whole time along here, you can walk along this cliff and look down and see the river down there. And you could be walking along this cliff at the same time. So that's kind of the game plan there. And we've already started a little bit of that. We've got some grass going here. We'll create a second like level or layer to the cliff and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot going on with that. But there's still some greenery and shrubbery to be added to these areas too. It kind of gets a little bit dry as we get closer to the lake, and I do not want that to happen because this lake is going to be like a really lively area. It's going to be very green. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Ooh, it's going to be so good. Oh, we're going to put a lot of time into this lake. I tell you that much. It's going to be a big project, and I think it's really going to turn out awesome. But this is just the very, very beginnings of it. It kind of opens up into this, and what the plan is, we've got this little island in the middle. I'm thinking about either doing like some kind of like, call it a statue or like a monument of sorts, or like some kind of like ancient, you know, almost like Stonehenge kind of thing. Not necessarily Stonehenge exactly, but something like that, like a natural sort of statue thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. We're gonna do something cool in that little island in there, but I'm thinking like land bridges, or like maybe like pillar things like that are like coming off of the cliffs here, and we're gonna have like a big diving area. It's gonna be super, super cool. And then this is also going to eventually extend out this way. The river is gonna continue all the way down, and I'm thinking with how high this started, we might be able to make this river go all the way to the very beginning. So when you come into the island the very first time, actually before I do this, is there anything else here I need to show you guys? I don't think so, but yeah, get a look at that. That's kind of like what we've been working on, just all this area up here. I think it's turning out super awesome. Really, really cool. Yeah. So cool. Oh man, I'm so excited. But this river might continue all the way through here, all the way through that corner over there, and all the way back to the beginning by Troubadour Tavern. So if we take a look here, when you show up, ideally you're gonna be showing up inside of a fort here. And once you leave the fort, you can go this way, or I think the river's gonna end like right here. And you'd have the option to like go through the river too instead. If you wanted to like walk all the way up the river to the other side, like all the way over there and end right where that river starts, you could totally do that. That might be an option that we have. I think that would be a super fun way to do it. So you could take the path or you could take the river. You could like walk up the river, and that would be kind of fun. I don't know, making a super, super long river like that would be pretty cool. But we'll see. We'll kind of decide how we're gonna do it. But yeah, oh man, usually when we finish these videos, I like to fly out in front of the in front of the thing that we're working on. But I would do that. It would take me like 20 minutes to fly all the way over there. That will kind of make our way over anyway. But guys, that's what we've been working on. Lots of things. I know not one of the biggest updates we've done. Definitely more than the last one, it seems like. And you guys got to understand a lot of these things, like this wall. This wall took me a whole night, and I haven't even finished it. It takes a very long time to just place all those blocks one at a time. It's not a fast process, but it's happening slowly, one by one, block by block, every night on Twitch. We're working on it. So get over there, guys. Go check me out on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you like this content, if you like the updates. I'm going to keep doing those. We'll keep putting out other games here and there, too, just to give you guys something fun to watch if you like to, you know, we got to shake things up a little bit. We can't just do Portal Nights all day, every day. But, yeah, get subscribed on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Check me out on Instagram. I'm putting up screenshots after every stream. So if you can't watch the stream, you can check out the screenshots. Or I've been recording my streams on Twitch. So if you want to go watch the streams after they've been recorded, they're on Twitch as well. You can actually go check out the video recording of the stream from the last night. They're saved on there for like 16 days. So you got plenty of time to check them out. But Instagram, Facebook, I've got a Facebook page now too. Make sure you guys just check them all out. But I appreciate you hanging out with me today, looking at what we've been doing. You've been a pleasure as always. I hope you guys have just the best kind of day. See you guys later.